Anyone can keep going when things are smooth, but the real test is when everything seems to be falling apart, and you still choose to push forward. Perseverance is not about grand gestures or waiting for the perfect moment. It's about those small, stubborn decisions to keep moving, even when it feels like you're getting nowhere. It's the quiet determination to show up each day, even when the results aren't visible yet. You might feel like you're barely making progress, like you're moving in slow motion while the world speeds past you. But every little step matters, and each effort adds up over time. The journey might be tough, but the reward comes to those who keep going when others give up. Mistakes and setbacks are a part of the process. It's natural to feel like you failed when things don't go as planned, but failure is not the end. It's a stepping stone, a guide that points you in a new direction. Every mistake is a chance to learn something new, to grow stronger and wiser. Instead of seeing a mistake as a reason to give up, see it as a lesson wrapped in a rough package. When you embrace your mistakes, you turn them into tools for progress. You become better, not because you avoided failure, but because you learned from it. True strength isn't built in times of comfort. It's forged in the fire of challenges, like a blade that becomes strong and sharp after being tempered by intense heat. When life tests you, when it pushes you to your breaking point, that's when you have the chance to become stronger. It's in those tough moments that you find the resilience you didn't know you had. At the time, it feels like the struggle is endless, like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. But once you push through, you'll realize that the pain wasn't there to break you. It was there to build you into a stronger version of yourself. Faith is easy when everything is going your way. It's simple to believe in success when life is smooth and every effort seems to pay off. But real faith comes into play when everything is falling apart, when you're down and surrounded by doubt. It's about holding on to hope when the future is uncertain, when your goals seem far out of reach. That's when faith matters the most, when you're climbing the hill and every step feels like a struggle. It's about trusting that your hard work will pay off, even when you can't see the results right away. Having faith in those dark moments is what keeps you moving forward when it would be easier to quit. Starting from the bottom is a struggle that many people face. It's a place where you feel like you're all alone, unsure of your next step, while everyone else seems so far ahead. But no one gets to skip the hard part. Every journey starts somewhere. Those first steps might feel uncertain, but they're the foundation of everything that follows. Success doesn't come from waiting for the right moment. It comes from taking one small step after another, even when the path is unclear. Each little effort counts, and over time, those small wins turn into momentum that carries you forward. The key is to keep moving, even when progress feels slow. Self-belief is crucial, especially when no one else believes in you. Pursuing your goals can be a lonely journey because others won't always understand your vision. They might doubt you, tell you that your dreams are unrealistic, or suggest that you should give up. But their doubts don't have to become your reality. You know your potential better than anyone else, and sometimes the only person you need to convince is yourself. It's not about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about finding the strength to keep going, even when it feels like you're facing the world alone. That belief in yourself is what will keep you on track when the road gets rough. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, and it's not about making giant leaps. It's about consistent, daily efforts that build up over time. When you start from zero, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, to think that you'll never reach your goals. But everyone who has achieved something meaningful began with small, uncertain steps. They didn't reach their dreams in one big jump. They got there by putting in the work every single day, even when no one was watching. They focused on progress, not perfection, knowing that those small efforts would eventually lead to big changes. And that's how transformation works. It's slow, but it's steady, and it's worth it. When you face challenges, when life throws obstacles in your path, you have a choice. You can let those challenges break you, or you can use them to grow. You can choose to see every setback as an opportunity to build a stronger version of yourself. It's not about avoiding difficulty. It's about facing it with courage and coming out the other side with a new perspective, with more resilience. Each time you rise after a fall, each time you keep going when the going gets tough, you're building a version of yourself that can handle anything. The road to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with ups and downs, moments of doubt, and times when you feel like giving up. But those tough times are what prepare you for the next level. They teach you patience, persistence, and the power of never giving up. When you look back, you'll see that the struggles, the failures, and the lonely nights were all part of the process that made you who you are. They were the tests that showed you just how strong you could be, the challenges that built your character. So when you find yourself at the bottom, when you're facing a challenge that feels too big to handle, remember that it's not the end. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every challenge is a chance to grow. And every time you refuse to give up, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever thought possible. The journey might be tough, but it's the struggle that makes the victory sweet. It's the hard days that make the success worthwhile. And in the end, you'll see that the person you became in the process was worth every moment of doubt, every ounce of effort, and every step of the way.